Blessings and salutations, wonderful people. I'm Sunny. Shout outs to you. I thought I'd do new moon, full moon collective. And I know like some collective, because even with me, I really just want to see about my sign and everything and my placements. But I resonate to collectives, especially like I like Tyler's collectives because they resonate. And I think it's lunar eclipse. And it's so weird that it's a lunar eclipse and the moon was so huge last night. It was illuminating to the point where I was like, I have to do a collective read. Who it resonates to is for you. Who it doesn't, hey, you might have some input or insight on someone that this resonates to. So it might help, okay? Because this is such a miscommunicative time. It's like so much of a disconnect and detachment. So we're going to see collectively for those who are in tune. We're going to see what we have for you, okay? Before I get all distracted and not read the message. Alrighty, so this is a new moon, full moon collective for the highest good. Who sees this message, it resonates to them. I'm so appreciative. God, allow me to please see with your mercy, through your guidance, protection, forgiveness, abundance, direction, through our angels, ancestors, and spirit guides. Please allow me to see with clarity for the highest good. Please. Amen. Excuse my Mercury retrograde prayer. I am like, I'm here. I'm here. Collective, please, for the highest good, for this beautiful full moon, this lunar moon. What is the collective message, please? I also have many collective reads on Instagram and TikTok, and birthday reads, if you're interested. Anything else would be in the script. Oops, excuse me, below. Alrighty, thank you guys. Throne energy. The two is Nine of Wands and the Chariot. I don't do reversals on this deck. I almost was about to say what, because I couldn't even read it in the reversal, and I couldn't read reversals. But just I don't know. I'm talking. I'm sorry, y'all. This is the Nine of Wands with the Chariot, so it's definitely for this new moon a feeling very protective of your progression. Okay? It's a 9 and a 7 here. Yeah, and it's very, very protective. Hold on. You see, I'm having these issues. I never have these type. Okay. You know what? Mercury, we're friends. We're friends. Yes, we are. There we go. Ta-da. Okay. I'm gonna post this. I'm posting this. Okay, let's see. So, very protective of, yeah, an ending. That's why it's protective of your progression, because of an ending. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Ten of Pentacles. Okay, hold on. That's the protection. Thank you. Exercise mind and body. Oh, Queen of Wands. Excuse me. Okay. Four of Cups is the energy. Okay, so for this collective, it seems, but the protection over your progression is because this ending, it's like, okay, you're over it. It's like, okay, that happened. Now, disappointed, annoyed, but now it's the time to move on. You know, it's over it. Definitely over it type of feeling. Now we show this canaries nice and it's showing there was a love. We're still hard to talk about. But where it shows nice and nasty, hood and classy, it shows the versatility of this individual who this is in his collective. It shows the fact that when the thought of you being down is not possible. It's like it's duality, you know, and it's taking on that other side to do that Ten of Pentacles, to get to your stability, your multiple incomes, your ability to your financial freedom to move freely. With the soulmate being this yin to your yang, is still showing us right after there's a time to embrace a fear that will solidify your growth. Even with somebody being passive aggressive and it's Queen of Wands energy, after this exercising your mind and body, is feeling as if this soulmate situation is probably was of a lesson, because it's showing us something you're supposed to embrace to solidify your growth, because it's showing somebody's passive aggressive, somebody make a harsh point with a smile, going back at this nice and nasty, hood and classy, looking at the versatility or dualities of somebody. But it's showing with the exercise, the mind and body is being physically and mentally preparing yourself, strengthening yourself, and seeing things with this Queen of Wands of the fact that you're in control. As far as the fact of seeing you're the luring, calculating, this is not, it's like looking at this soulmate connection, it was more or less giving it, it was the way it was being looked at, the power it was giving it. And it's like, wait a minute, you have the power. You know, you have the power to basically learn from this lesson and take it where you want it to go. It's all about perception. Okay. See clarification, please, for the collective, new moon. The collective, what does the collective need to know for this new beautiful full moon? Let's see. Collective, please. Do one more shuffle for you. Collective, please. Oh, beautiful full moon. Lunar eclipse. What is the message, please? And these mages is Justice. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Knight of Wands. Death in reverse. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Lovers. This jumped and I put it back down. It was the Two of Cups. I'm going to take another one. Just because it didn't jump, it flipped and I looked at it again. Let's see. King of Cups. Nine of Swords in reverse. Yep. And on that Queen of Wands is the Empress in reverse. Four of Wands. Four of Wands, Four of Cups is in your foundation collectively. It's like, okay, I'm over it. Let me start building. I'm over the disappointment. I couldn't build there. I have to still continue to build. Where this Ten of Swords, this ending was solidified with justice, balance, had to. Libra energy. As far as this canaries, as far as feeling this connection and not even able to speak on it, it's because it's not faded to, it's not completed yet. It's the point where even though this ending and it closed out that way and it's like, okay, yeah, it had to do that. You had to be made, you had to do it that way. Or it had to end that way. However it ended, how janky, whatever, or the ending, okay, was to balance things out. Not speaking on things because it's not, and can't speak on it because of this emotional connection. It's because it's not faded yet to close out. It's still other things because it's nice and nasty, hood and classy is clarified by this Knight of Wands. About this in and out, flighty, but passionate energy. And whereas Ten of Pentacles is showing its future, it shows the death in reverse, a return. A return. Scorpio energy. And then with the return, it's clarified by the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. The soulmate that returns. Is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. They're not seeing this future, or maybe they're not a part of this future, or they don't see the depth of this future the way it's seen in your eyes, or the way, like, it's love there, but it's not seen as far as the long term or the levels, because even when it's looking at, it may be time to embrace a fear that will solidify your growth, is the Lovers. It's showing that maybe, like I said, it's not the level, the connection, it's love there, but the levels on the understanding is not aligned, because even with this, somebody's passive aggressive is clarified by the Two of Cups with the King of Cups. A connection, right? With Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but it's also a person that's looking more or less at their feelings. Like they have love, but it's more focused on them not over thinking or over giving. It's like looking at it and the what's happening right now type of energy. And we're showing this exercise your mind and body as far as not losing. It's saying like to come up out of this. Like once you see what it is, and even in the process of just taking care of yourself, maybe exercising, yoga, dancing, moving around, and just moving about, being around people, getting some, I don't know, I'm not going to say therapy, but I'm not against it. Either way, it comes to this understanding where it's like, oh, I'm not losing sleep. Because even in this Queen of Wands, it's clarified by the Empress in reverse. Meaning in this position of looking at what you want, what you feel is more about what entice you, what get your attention, because you're grabbing everybody's attention. So it's like, the Queen of Wands is very alluring. But even with the Empress in reverse, as a clarification, it's like the alluringness is not seen as the depth. Like, it's like they could see, oh, it's so beautiful, but they don't see how deep. They only see passion or they see beauty, but they don't see brains. You know what I mean? And that's why it's like it's feeling that the stability to build. Like they'll think, oh, I love you, or I'm not saying they don't, but it's just like as far as the long term of how you really see your kingdom, I don't think they see it the way you see it. And that's okay, because you looking like, okay, I just don't want them to mess with it. You don't have to see it the way I see it, but just don't interfere with what I'm building. Okay. It's an outcome. Advice and outcome, please, for the collective. Trying to cut this debt. Thank you kindly. Thank you. Yeah. Now, mind you, the ending, when they balance it out, is going to be some slow walks of shame back. I'm sorry. I'm calling it what it is. Yeah, it's not a total walk of shame because they're coming more correct, but it's slow. And it's like, oh, maybe the collective was right of things not being so balanced. Because it's looking at the work. It's looking at what did they really put in. What was really... And there goes the Six of Swords. Yeah, it's just an in and out energy. It's not really... The Death card in reverse, again on that Death card in reverse, on that Ten of Pentacles. It's like when the Mother Plucker see your stability or your flourishing, or it's like, oh, let me come back. Let me come back. But they don't come back to add to the stack. No. No. They don't come back to add to the stack. It's a Two of Cups in reverse. It's not seeing it because it's just seeing the right now. They don't see the work. They don't see the integrity and the time. That's why it's like, wow. Yeah, because on this embracing, when you're embracing something that'll solidify your growth, and this connection is like, oh my gosh, it's connected, but not to where the choice is there to see that it's not there to take that step further in your future the way you see it. Because here goes Three of Swords on a passive aggressive energy. It's like they have investments. That's why they don't invest in seeing it for you, is because it's like if somebody's putting something here and there and everywhere, they can't see what's happening over there until they come back. You know, and then when they come back, they only see what happened when they got back there. They don't see all the things that was happening when they was gone. You know? So when you start to look at the perception, it seems like I'm not going to lose sleep. Yeah. Why lose sleep? Why put in that Eight of Pentacles in reverse? Nah. Why put in that? There's no reason to put hard work into something that's fruitless. Because they didn't see even down to the magnitude of how powerful. Yeah, Nine of Wands in reverse. I mean, upright, just like Nine of Wands right here. It's definitely feeling like, okay, I'm just tired of trying to prove who you are. Like, I'm more than just a pretty face, or I'm more than just some good loving. I am something so abundant. And it's Three of Wands is in reverse, as it being where it's like, I'm not looking for that type of ship And I put a P instead of the T this time to come in. Because when I see it in reverse, it's like, I don't want that to come in. So, wonderful collective. I hope this resonated to your highest good, because in this retrograde, it's Mercury retrograde, and these lunar eclipses, people are going to be returning with just the fact to return, because they feel drawn to the fact of what they thought was better didn't even have that type of substance. And every time they come back, they get a little bit more of what you are, but not enough to know that they don't even know what they're dealing with. They don't know what they're missing. And I'm just going to just leave it at that. That's a lesson. This is a lesson, but it's more or less going to affect the other person more than affect you right now. Because right now you're feeling like, oh, I'm sad, but this person going to feel like, God dang, they just lost a lottery ticket, a winning lottery ticket. And not just down to that. And it was like a winning lottery ticket attached to some good loving. You can't beat that with a bat. And so that's their loss. So next time, love and light.